from Tripura Times. Is it a question to Rashid Khan? How much of an advantage is Indian wickets when you look at it from the point of view in playing in this tournament?
Definitely, but I think all the teams, the main players, they have been playing IPL for a long time here, and they all used to with the condition here. So I don't think so. There is more advantage for Afghanistan and not for the other team. Everyone is having an advantage, and they're all pretty much familiar with the wickets in condition. But it's just about the day, like how you play your game and you bring your best game. So I think you can't say the advantage. Yes, you have a good spin bowling unit, but still you have to perform well on the day and bring your 100%.
Hello. For the Italy captain, I'm Sydney Kiran from Deccan Herald. Captain, when it comes to Italy, we always associate with football because we know the Italian football team's pedigree. But now they didn't qualify for the World Cup the last time, and now you guys are here playing a World Cup representing Italy. So your thoughts on that, and what are you looking forward to accomplishing in this tournament?
Yeah, obviously, football is the main sport in Italy, and the team haven't qualified yet, but they do still have a chance. But the opportunity for us to play in a World Cup and put cricket on the map in Italy, it hasn't been coverage live in the country before. So for us to be able to get cricket on TV is hugely important to grow the game in the country.
Image from Nepal. Obviously, question to Rohit. You have talked many times that the 2001 World Cup has inspired your whole generation. What will happen to this World Cup to the next generation of Nepalese cricket?
I think this World Cup is very important for us, especially for me and the team, because after 10 years we qualified for the 2024 World Cup and consecutively we are playing the second one. So 2014 World Cup has inspired a lot of players from this group, and I think the same will happen to the next generation who will be watching us in this World Cup. So we would like to give that impact to young generations.
There's been some suggestion that given England's form in T20 cricket, that you come into this tournament as one of the favourites. Where would you position England's ambitions and expectations?
We've said from the start we just want to take game by game, stay in the moment as much as possible, and see where we land in a couple of weeks. But yeah, absolutely, we're confident. We want to try and get all the way, obviously, and we just got to stick to our guns and play the way that we play and stick to the process, and hopefully we'll be there or thereabouts.
Italy captain, what happened to Joe Burns? And having qualified for the first time, do you think Italy cricket could have done well without that situation? Thank you.
Out of respect for both Joe and the people who've made the decision, the comment has been made by the Federation already. So I'm not going to make a further comment on his situation.
It's a question for Harry, Shai, and Rashid as well. In international cricket, we've seen 300. In international T20 cricket, we've seen 300 being scored like 3 times. The way India and England and many teams are playing, they're just hitting sixes every possible ball. The percentage of boundaries has increased. Obviously, it's part of the evolving trend of T20s. But Harry, maybe I'll start with you. What do you need to kind of play with that kind of this fearlessness? And where do you reckon that the World Cup might see never has a 300 being scored in T20 World Cup? And Rashid, the question to you is, as a bowler, how do you look at it, that kind of a trend?
there's plenty of grounds in India where there could be a score of 300 plus. The wickets look like they're quite good wickets at the minute, rapid outfields and fairly short boundaries. So, yeah, you've just got to go out there, be fearless, like you said, not worry about getting out and just keep on trying to take the bowlers on as much as possible.
As a captain, sorry. Yeah. But as a captain, how do you kind of counterbalance that? Because you also have to be in the field and kind of look at the batters like you play India and they're going from ball one.
Yeah, you've got to stay with a cool head as much as you possibly can. Try and slow the game down in specific moments and speed the game up when you think you're on top. But yeah, you've just got to try and be as calm as possible and make your bowlers as calm as possible as well.
Can you answer the same?
Again, it's just something you don't necessarily put a target on the board. The aim is to try to get as many runs as possible. So I wouldn't necessarily say we're looking to get a 300-plus score. Obviously, as a batter, you want to get as many runs as you can. And you certainly could get it done here in these Indian conditions. The wicket as Harry said, the wicket's been very good in the last couple of series that I've watched. And from a feeling standpoint, the aim is to try to limit as much damage as you can, because you never know when you get some of those forceful batters to play against. You got to ensure you find ways to limit the scoring and give yourself the better chance of chasing.
Rashid, can you stay calm?
As a bowler, I think, you can't really think about scoring 200 and 300, you have that in the mind. If you accept that, I think it's going to happen. I never accept that, that the team is going to score 200 or 180. You always come with a positive mindset of restricting them as low as possible. And if you keep that energy around the group, that they're going to score 250 or 300, trust me, it's going to happen. But it's all about the mindset. If they're coming with their mindset of scoring too many runs, I think you have to be having those kind of skills, how you can drop it down. And I think that's what the experience comes in. When the condition is not much in your favor, you bring your skills into the game. And most of the time, like last 4 or 5 years, I have seen lots of players, they decide the game with the toss a lot, and they think about, if we win the toss, we win the game. And I think they just take the skills out of the game. We're practicing a lot 3-4 hours. They don't believe and trust that. Me, myself, I trust that, and not the toss. And I think that's very important than anything else. If you bowl a good Yorker, anyone in the world will not hit it for 6. If you're bowling into the stump in a good area, I don't think so you're going to be hit 4 or 5 sixes in over. You're going to get the right result. Not if you're bowling bad, definitely anyone can punish you. But it's all up to you how you're going to manage your deliveries, 6 balls, 24 balls, and what are the best deliveries that you can bowl into the batsman, and what are the more options where you can get the right result. So I trust that, and I believe that. Some days you get hit, maybe they score 200, but most of the time you will restrict the team under the 180, 170.
Shai as well as Rashid. When we talk about Afghanistan and West Indies, especially in this format of cricket, the expectations from your team is much higher because of your performance. How much it is a motivation? How much it is a pressure? Because you have won it twice.
Like I always say, man, every single time you cross that line, you're representing the people of the West Indies. And the aim is always to win games. The people back home, they're watching us, they're glued to the television, sometimes 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So whatever we try to do, we try to make sure we make them proud by putting in good performances. So not necessarily going to put one particular opponent, but yes, it's certainly a big rivalry. The last few series that we played against Afghanistan, I think they got the better of us. But yeah, it's going to be another. Who knows? We're probably going to come up against them again in this World Cup, and we're going to have some beef again.
I think the expectation is always there from us. Before the expectation for us 10 years ago that we should be in the World Cup. And after playing some cricket in the World Cup, there was expectation we should beat some teams. And once we started beating teams, get into the semis. Last year we got into the semis, and now the expectation is to be in the final. But it all comes like, the hard work you put in the ground. It doesn't come like, for free. I think we have put in some lots of hard work, and we're trying our best to improve day by day. We're not setting any goals for ourselves, win the trophy, being in the semi-final, we set the target of putting that 200% effort in the ground. When we leave the ground, we happy that I have put it all the efforts, and I feel like that's more important than anything else. So we will try our best to keep that continue.
Richie and Rohit. Richie, Scotland, the last-minute replacement in the World Cup. What kind of preparations went into it, and would it have made a difference if you had directly qualified for the World Cup? And to Rohit, not long ago you beat West Indies in a T20 series in Sharjah. How much of confidence do you take that? Because you're going to play West Indies in a group stage, and Shai is also next to you.
Yeah, I think from our point of view, obviously, it's been unique circumstances. There has been a quick turnaround for us coming into this tournament. And our preparations probably looked slightly different to some of the other teams coming into the competition. But I think for us, look, we've been presented with a great opportunity. Obviously, it's one we want to make the most of. I think we've shown in previous tournaments that we can compete at this level, and we've got another great opportunity in front of us to do that. So that's what we're looking forward to. And since we got out here, we've been out here just under a week, I think. And yeah, obviously really enjoying our time here so far. Preparation has been really good in Bangalore. There's been some incredible facilities there. So yeah, it's just now looking forward to that first game against West Indies and making sure our prep's as good as it can be for that.
For last couple of years, we have been very close of beating test playing countries. And when we got that opportunity to play against West Indies in Sharjah, we came a few times very close to South Africa, Bangladesh, and beating West Indies in Sharjah gave a lot of confidence to the boys, and we carry that confidence to this World Cup, and we hope that we do well in this World Cup too.
Question for Shai Hope. Innovations in sport continue to happen. In T20 format, we have seen so many innovations from bowlers, from batters. Do you think that as time continues to evolve, we are going to see more innovations, particularly as a batsman, the scoop shot, the ramp shot, so many different types of strokes that we have seen evolve over the last decade or so? Are we going to see more of that, in your opinion, or is this what we have seen is what you see is what you get?
I think if we look back, we probably wouldn't mention half the things that we just mentioned in that question about 20, 30 years ago. So I could definitely not put a finger on the evolution of the game. I just feel right now, maybe I think we've explored a lot of options. I can't necessarily say that that's the final point, but I do believe that same way with times, everything is evolving. I'm sure we're going to find another way to play a different shot or bowl a different delivery or just find something different to add to our game. So I can't put a stop on it, but I'm sure that we're going to find a way as cricketers to keep evolving.
A question to Harry Brook. Hi, Harry. Harry, Michael Vaughan has written in his Telegraph column that Harry Brook has been thrown to the wolves by England. Would you like to react to that?
In the article, so I haven't really got much to say on that.
Think if you beat will be a dream upset for you? Both of you.
Both?
Both. If you beat, you think it's a dream upset for you? Upset? Yeah.
Well, whoever comes to the final, I think.
I'm not sure I can follow up on that answer. No, look, no particular game. I think, when you come to a World Cup, you're going to have some tough games in front of you. There's obviously some very strong opposition in our group. And our first focus has got to be how we win some of those games. So yeah, it's not one particular team for us, because as I say, all games in that group are going to be tough. It's an exciting group, so for us it's more just about how we're going to go about things and how we're going to try and win as many games as we can.
Harry, this question is for you. While one England team is in this World Cup, there is another England team that's going to be facing off against India in the Under-19 World Cup final. Your tips for the boys? And one question I have for Rohit, a very famous name in the cricket verse, and you start your campaign in his city. Do you have expectations of yourself to be living up to that name? And of your country?
Yeah, I just want to say a massive good luck to them boys. They've done exceptionally well throughout this competition, and all of us lads will be watching in the team room when they play and cheering them on. So all the best to them. Go out, enjoy it, and yeah, it would be lovely to see them beat India.
Fan of Rohit Sharma, but living up to his expectation would be a tough task for me. But as a team, I think we would give our 100% and make our country people proud and happy.
To Rashid Khan, there are many hard hitters in Indian team from Abhishek and Ishan to Akshar Patel. You have played in IPL, you have played many matches. According to you, who will be the most dangerous batsman of Indian team this time?
Well, everyone is very dangerous. I think they are all playing some great cricket. I feel like, nowadays every team is having those 4-5 players, like, very destructive batters, especially in the shorter format. I feel like, but whoever have a day, they make it. They make it like, I think it's a different game nowadays. But it's pretty hard to say like the names, but they have a very strong top 5 batters and 6, I think, especially in T20 in this condition as well. So it's not an easy as a bowler, but that's what you love, to accept the challenge and to bowl against the best batter, and that's what makes you better cricketer. So I feel they're all very strong, especially in this condition, and I think they have done it so many times for India and also in IPL.
Last question, please. Now, Amol.
Yes, hi. I have a question for Harry and Shai. And possibly if one of the other captain wants to chip in, please feel free to do so. This whole uncertainty around who's playing, who's not, whether a match is happening or not, does it affect your respective groups, and is it being discussed? How are you all handling this?
Stay in our lane. That's up to the ICC and whoever else is involved to have that agreement or disagreement, and yeah, that's well above our pay grade to be getting involved in that. So we just want to come out here and enjoy the cricket as much as possible, stay in the moment, like I said, and just try and play as well as we can.
Yeah, Shai, is it easier? Is it easier said than being done? Actually, if you can elaborate.
I wouldn't say that. As long as you're focusing on controlling what you can control. The thing for us, we know we got to work up to play. We got to focus on our preparation and what we need to do to come up against whatever opposition we got to face. So it's more so about focusing on stuff from within. Can't really control certain things. It's out of our hands. And like I said, firstly, retweet. So all he said.
Yeah, here. Harry and Rashid, I just wanted to ask, how much is toss going to be a factor in this weather here in India? Because is it going to be a gamble? Toss, could it be a gamble?
Obviously, dew might play a factor in some different grounds. But look, you've just got to try and assess the pitch when you get there. With me and Baz will be having chats here and there. They usually end up saying we don't have a clue, so we'll try and lose the odd toss here and there. But no, you've got to try and factor in the dew and the opposition and what you think the pitch might do.
Same.